This paper 2 question of proportionality can give you panics if you don't understand the actual method. You will lose 3 marks if you get confused between two given proportions here. You need to find the constant of each separately. Try it out and see how easy it is. Watch the video till the end to solve the paper with me. You will learn some of the easy tricks too.
Question number 1. Write down a prime number between 30 and 40. So what are the prime numbers between 30 and 40? 31 and 37. So any one of them you can write here. Anyone. Question 2. Calculate 4 raised to 5 minus 5 raised to 4. 4 raised to 5 minus 5 raised to 4. You can use your calculators. 4 raised to 5. Sorry. 4 raised to 5 minus 5 raised to 4, 399. Question number 3. Jason starts a run at 10:05 a.m. and finishes at 1:02 p.m. Work out the time Jason takes to complete the run. So this is time duration we need to find out. 10:05 to 1:02. So from 10:05 to 11:05 1 hour, 12:05 2 hours. Now this is AM, this is also AM. This becomes PM because 12 o'clock has passed. Then next, after 12, 1 is the next hour. So but it is not 1:05, it has not gone up to 1:05, it has 3 minutes less, 2. Okay, so we will write here complete hours here, 1 hour, here also 1 hour, here also 1 hour. Then last is how many minutes? No, it's not 1 hour, sorry, I wrote here wrong, this is wrong. Yeah, these two are complete 1 hour because 10:05 to 11:05, 11:05 to 12:05 is 1 hour, but 12:05 to 1:02 is 3 minutes less than 1 hour, that is 57 minutes. So our answer should be 1 plus 1, 2 hours and 57 minutes. Question 4. Calculate 1 minus 0.7 by 0.545 minus 0.38, giving your answer to 4 significant figures. So here calculator can be used. 1 minus 0.7 by 0.45 minus 0.38, 4.285714. So because they are asking us to write the answer in 4 significant figures, we will take this 4.285 instead of 7. 7 should not be taken because 4.285 should be rounded, so it will be 6. 4.286 is the answer. We got 4.285714. So 4 significant figures are 1, 2, 3, 4. So this should be rounded because 7 is greater than 5. That's why. Question number 5. Christy changes $380.80 into pounds when 1 pound is $1.19. Calculate the amount Christy receives. This is conversion of currency. So for us it is given 1 pound is equal to $1.19. Using this we can find out $1 is equal to 1 by 1.19 pounds. So for us their information is given in pounds, dollars. So $380.80 will be 1 by 1.19 into 300 180.80. Find out. 1 by 1.19 into 380.80. $320. Sorry, pounds. So the answer is 320. Question number 6. Write 180 as a product of 5 prime factors. We need to write this number as product of 5 prime factors. So you can use the tree diagram, you can use this method of factorization like this. Take prime numbers, 2 nines are 18, 0, 2 twos are 4, 2 fours are 8, 1 is left, 5 are. If you don't know, you can just divide like this, 90 divided by 2, 45. Then next, this is not divisible by 2, so take 5. 5 is a prime number, 5 nines are 45. Now you can take 3 as prime number, 3 threes are 9, 3 ones are 3. So the prime factors here are 2 into 2 into, I am writing in the increasing order, into 5. 2 twos, 2 threes and 1 5. So the answer will be 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5. Question 6 is done. Question 7. Without using a calculator, work out 3 by 7 minus 2 by 21. You must show all your working and give your answer as a fraction in its simplest form. 3 by 7 minus 2 by 21. Find the LCM of denominators. Least common multiple. 7 times 1, 7 times 3, 3 times 1 and 1. So 7 into 3, 21 is the LCM. So you'll have denominators as 21 only, both of them. 7 into 3 is 21, so 3 into 3 you have to do in numerator. And the next fraction, 21 into 1, so 2 into 1. Same numerator. So 9 by 21 minus 2 by 21. That will be 7 by 21. Now if I divide by 7 in the numerator and denominator, I will get 1 by 3. This is the simplest form. Question 8. S is equal to half AT square. A. Work out the value of S when A is equal to 0.9 and T is equal to 4. Find out the value of S. Half into 0.99 into 4 square. T square is 4 square. Just substitute. Half into 0.9 into 4 square is 7.2. Question number B. Rearrange the formula to find T in terms of S and A. You have to rearrange this formula in terms of T. I mean, the subject of the formula should be T and it should be in terms of S and A. So, for that, let me flip the equation and write first like this. Then bring half to the right side. So, AT square will be S multiplied by 2. Because half if I bring to the right side, it becomes 2 by 1. So, when I multiply anything by 2 by 1, that means it is multiplication by 2. Next, keeping T square, bring A. So I'll write this as 2s now because S multiplied by 2 is 2s by A. Because it is multiplying on left side, it will be dividing on the right side. Now only T we need, so plus or minus. Because it is square, we need to find out the square root of the complete expression. So the answer is plus or minus square root of 2s by A. Question number 9. Factorize completely 14xy minus 7y square. So write down all the factors. 14 is prime factors. 2 into 7. 14 is 2 into 7 into x into y. Minus 7 is already a prime number. Y square can be written as y into y. Now, what are what is the thing you have to take common? 7 and y are there in both the terms, so take 7y common. You are left with 2x in first term and just y in second term. So this is factorizing the given expression. Question 9 is done. Question 10. 22, 17, 12, 7, 2. Find the next term of the sequence. Question number A. Now when you see this sequence 22, 17, the number is decreased. 17, 12, decreased, decrease. So this is going in decrease. The progression is like it's going down. The number is decreasing. So for any given series sequence, we have to find the difference between the first, second, third, and check whether you're getting the same difference or not. So 17 and 22, if we take 17 minus 22 means you have to take 22 minus 17 and check. You can do in calculator also, no problem. You will get the exact answer instead of doing this. So just do 17 minus 22. We get minus 5. Now check the next also. 12 minus 17 minus 5. Again check. 7 minus 12 minus 5. Next again 2 minus 7 minus 5. We got the same difference. So that means it is AP. Okay. So in AP we'll use this rule A plus to find the term, next term. Okay, first question is finding the next term, sorry. So what will be after 2? Just you have to do 2 minus of minus 5. No, sorry. You have to do 22. 22 plus minus 5 is 17, right? So you have to do for the last term also 22 plus minus 5. So that will be minus 3 because it is 2 minus 5 minus 3. So the next term is minus 3 here. Next question B, find the nth term. Now we have to find the nth term. For nth term, it is always a rule taken A plus n minus 1 into multiplied by D, where A is first term and D is the common difference. So we already know what is the common difference and we also know what is the first term. Take them in this formula. 22 plus n minus 1 multiplied by minus 5. 22 plus, open the bracket, minus 5n plus 5. Now when you add 22 and 5, you will get 27. So 27 minus 5n is the nth term. Question 11. Triangle ABC is mathematically similar to triangle PQR. So these two are similar triangles. Calculate QR. So here in triangle ABC they gave two sides, but in triangle PQR only one side. They are asking us this side. We have to find out QR. So when two triangles are similar, their corresponding sides. That means AB, sorry, AB is the ratio corresponding, the ratio of their corresponding sides. AB PQ. The corresponding side of AB is PQ. Will be equal always. So now BC is given here. So the corresponding side is QR for the next triangle. Substitute that values. AB is 8, PQ is 6, BC is 6 and QR we need to find out. Cross multiply. QR multiplied by 8 is equal to 6 into 6. So using this, if you take QR, 6 into 6 by 8, 8 will be divided. You can cancel out by 2, 2 3s are 2 4s are, again 2 3s are 2 2s are, that is 9 by 2. So 9 by 2, if you do, you'll get 4.5. 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. So QR is 4.5 centimeters. Question B. The two triangles are the cross sections of two mathematically similar prisms. The volume of the larger prism is 320 centimeter cube. Calculate the volume of the smaller prism. Now the 3D shapes are taken. They are the cross sections they gave here. So the volume of the larger prism is given to us. So always when the two 3D shapes are mathematically similar, their ratios, the ratio of their volumes. Now we will take V as the volume for the smaller prism. Ratio of their volumes will be equal to cube of their corresponding sides. So let us take the corresponding sides 8 by 6. Cube ratio of their cubes of their corresponding sides. So solve it now. 320 by the volume of smaller prism is equal to 8 cube by 6 cube. Again 320 multiplied by 6 cube is equal to 8 cube multiplied by V. Now if I keep V, isolate V, then you will have to bring 8 cube on the other side. So 8 cube is multiplying, so it gets divided if you bring on the other side. Do it. 320 into 6 cube by 8 cube. 135 centimeter cube is the volume of the smaller prism. Question number 12. The interior angles of a pentagon are in the ratio 4 is to 5 is to 5 is to 7 is to 9. Find the size of the largest angle. Now the interior angles are given in the interior angles are not given, the ratio is given, but they are asking us to find out the largest angle. So now for any polygon, the sum of interior angles we cannot find out. We don't have any general number for it, but sum of all the exterior angles is 360 degrees for any polygon. So now the ratios of their interior angles can be taken as for each angle. Now each angle is each interior angle, okay, interior angle. Each interior angle will be 4x, 5x, 5x, 7x and 9x. If you take the interior angle, then write the exterior angles also. Exterior angles are always 180 minus the interior angle. So this is one of the exterior angle. Then next is 180 minus 5x. Then next is 180 minus 7x. Again 5x, sorry. Then 180 minus 7x. Then 180 minus 9x. Sum of all the interior angles, let us do 180 minus 4x plus 180 minus 5x plus 180 minus 5x plus 180 minus 7x plus 180 minus 9x. How many 180s are there? 5 180s. Let me check. 5 into 180 is 900. So if I add all 180s, I get 900. Now 4x plus 5x is 9x. All are minus, so you need to add. 4x plus 5x is 9x. 9x minus 5x is minus 9x minus 5x is minus 14x. Minus 14x minus 7x is minus 21x. Minus 21x minus 9x is minus 30. So minus 30x. This is equal to, you will have to take it as 360. Okay, let me take here itself so that you'll understand. Okay, sum of all the, this is sum of all the exterior angles equal to 360. When we simplified, we got this and we'll equate it to 360. Now next step, keeping 30x minus 30x, bring 900 to the other side. Now 360 minus 900 is minus 540. So next minus 30x is equal to minus 540. Minus minus gets cancelled. This gives you x is equal to 540 divided by 30. So divide that. 540 divided by 30 is 18. Now we got only x value because we took the interior angles with a common number, that is 4. 4 is to 5 is to. So instead of that we have taken 4x, 5x, 7x. And now we need to find the size of the largest angle. So for largest angle you need to see which is the largest number in this ratio, 9. So 9 multiplied by x, that is 18. 9 into 18 is 162. So the largest angle will be 162 degrees. Let me write here largest angle, 9 multiplied by 18 equal to 162 degrees. Question number 12 is done. Question 13. Work out 2 into 10 raised to 100 minus 2 into 10 raised to 98, giving your answer in standard form. Now this is standard form question. You can see here 10 raised to 100 and 10 raised to 98. Now 10 raised to 98 can be written as 10 raised to 98 can be written as 10 raised to 100 minus 2, which is 10 raised to 100 by 10 raised to 2. So let us take this. So 2 into 10 raised to 100. Why we are doing this? Because we need to take that as common, because you have already 10 raised to 100. So convert this 10 raised to 98 into 10 raised to 100, so that you can take that as common. So 10 raised to 98 I am writing as 10 raised to 100 by 10 raised to 2. 10 raised to 100 by 10 raised to 2. Now taking 2 into 10 raised to 100 common. Let me take common. I'll get 1 minus. What is left here? 1 by 10 raised to 2. Now what is 1 by 10 raised to 2? 100. 1 minus 1 by 100. So now 1 minus 1 by 100 is how much? You can do in calculator also that one. 1 minus 1 by 100, 0.99. So next write down 2 into 10 raised to 100 into 0.99. Now what is 0.99 into 2? 1.98. So 1.98 into 10 raised to 100 is the answer. Question number 14. A train passes through a station at a speed of 108 kilometers per hour. The length of the station is 120 meters. The train takes 7 seconds to completely pass through the station. Work out the length of the train. Now let me show you that there is a station like this. This is the station and there is a train. Okay, this is train and this is station. Now station is given as 120 meters. This train is passing through this station, and as it passes, it is taking complete. That means from this point, it's starting from this point. It's going up complete 120 meters. Then also it has to take this distance to pass, to bring this end of the train here. So it should be 120 plus some other distance, which is, suppose we can take it as x, as the length of the train. Now this is the total distance this train is traveling. Then the speed is given. The speed is 108 kilometers per hour. And also they gave the time it is taking to pass through this station, that is 7 seconds. So this is the information you need to understand in this question. Okay. Then now we will take here, let the length of the train be x meters, okay. Total distance will be 120 meters plus x meters. And distance, if you take in terms of speed and time, so speed into time will be the speed into time. Now here when you see the units, they are different. The speed is given in kilometers per hour, the time is in seconds, and the distance is in meters. So of course you have to change everything into the same unit, okay. So let us convert now. 120 meters will be how many kilometers? 120 divided by 1000, 0.12. So 0.12 kilometers plus x, let us take that as kilometers only, because if I convert this into kilometers again it will be a confusion. So let me take, okay, let us just only convert. Let me write here 120 meters is equal to 0.12 kilometers. Then 7 seconds will be into hours. If I take 7 divided by 3600, because it is seconds and 1 hour has 3600 seconds. So 7 divided by 3600 will be 0.001944, or we'll keep as it is because there are decimals. Let us keep as it is. Now distance is 0.12 plus x is equal to speed into time. Speed is 108 already in kilometers per hour, into time is 7 by 3600. Do that. 108 into 7 by 3600, we got 0.21. So 0.12 plus x is equal to 0.21. Keeping x, bring 0.12 on the other side, it gets subtracted. So from 0.21, if I subtract minus 0.12, I get 0.09. 0.09. Now this is in kilometers we should get, because we all everything we have taken in kilometers. So convert that into meters. 0.09. 0.09 into 1000 is 90. So is equal to 90 meters. So 90 is the answer. Question number 15. 4 raised to x is equal to 1 by 64. Find the value of x. So write down the denominator as base 4. So 64 will be, if I convert it into base 4, 4 into 4 into 4 is 64. 4 is to 3. Then bring this in numerator, the power becomes negative. So now base are same, so powers also will be same. So that means minus 3 is the answer. Question number 16, transformation question. Describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle T onto triangle P. Now this is the transformation where you can see that this is transforming, triangle T is transforming to P. Okay, when you see the figures you can directly understand it is enlargement, but they are not in the same direction, they are in opposite direction. So that means the enlargement, the center of enlargement will be in between the two figures. So let us try to join the corresponding vertices using your rulers. You do this, corresponding vertices where they meet, that is the center of their enlargement, center of enlargement, sorry. Okay, sorry. So the point where it is meeting is this. So this is the center of enlargement, that is 4 4. Now what is the scale factor? Scale factor, you have to check any one side, corresponding side. See, this is covering two boxes, this is only one box, so that means 2 becoming 1 is half. But because the center of enlargement is in between, that will be negative. The scale factor will be negative. So write down enlargement with scale factor minus 1 by 2, center 4 4. Question 17. Find the radius of a hemisphere of volume 80 centimeter cube. The volume V of a sphere is given as, with radius r is, V is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. So what will be hemisphere's volume? Divided by 2. Okay. So volume of hemisphere 4 by 3 pi r cube divided by 2 is equal to 80. Bringing 2 on to the other side, you get 80 multiplied by 2. Now only keep r cube and bring everything onto the right hand side. So 3 is in denominator, it will be in numerator. 4 and pi will be in denominator. We need only r, so it will be cube root of this whole thing. Cube root of 80 into 2 into 3 by 4 into pi. 3.367. 3.3 sorry 3.367 centimeters. So 3.37 also you can write. Question number 18. A, B, C, D are points on a circle. A, B, C, D. TU is the tangent to circle at D. DA is parallel to CB. DA is parallel to CB. Find the value of X and value of Y. So when you look at the diagram here, first X value, how will you get? When you see this angle and this angle will be equal because the angle in alternate segments are equal. So angle UDC is equal to angle DAC. Angle UDC is equal to angle DAC. Angle in alternate segments will be equal. So X is equal to 38. So X is 38. Then next, Y. How to find out Y? When you see these two lines are parallel, these are two parallel lines. These two will be transversals, right? Then using the opposite angles, opposite sum angle, you can find out this angle. This will be 60 plus 120, which is 180. So first we'll say that angle ABC is equal to 120 degrees. Why? Because the opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are the sum of opposite angles. Sum of opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral. Now when we know this angle is 120 and we need to find out this y, angle y, We already know this is 38. So the interior angles of two parallel lines, interior angles, they sum up to again 180 degrees. So that means this whole angle DAB is 60 degrees. Angle DAB is equal to 60 degrees because they are interior angles of parallel lines. Now when you know that DAB is 60, then CAB will be angle CAB 90, not 90, 60 minus 38. So 60 minus 38 is how much? 60 minus 38, 22. So angle Y is 22. Question 19. In the diagram, AB is parallel to PQ. AB is parallel to PQ. AQ and PB intersect at X. AQ and PB intersect at X with AX is equal to XQ. Complete the following statements in triangles ABX and QPX. So in triangles ABX, this triangle, and QPX, this triangle. So AX is equal to XQ is given information. It's already given that these two lines are equal from here to here and here to here. That is AX and XQ. Angle BAX. So this angle BAX is this angle is equal to angle. Which angle it will be equal to? Now these two are parallel. These two are parallel. So this will be the transversal. So if this angle is given, this will be equal to this angle. Angle PQX. Okay. Angle PQX. Why? Because they are alternate interior angles of two parallel lines. Angle AXB. Angle AXB is this one. Will be equal to which angle? This, which is vertically opposite. That is PXQ. Vertically opposite angles. Then triangle ABX is congruent to QPX. Now these two triangles are congruent because the congruency criterion. Now what is the congruency criterion? By looking at all the given information, this is one of the side which is equal. We got these two angles equal and also these two angles. So it is angle side angle criterion. Px is equal to, what is Px equal to? Px is equal to xb, obviously, because these two are congruent triangles. The corresponding side for these two triangles, which is the Px, the side Px is corresponding to xb. So it is xb. Question number 19 is over. Question number 20. Speed meters per second, time in seconds. This is the graph. Time is on x-axis, speed is on y-axis. The diagram shows the speed time graph for 24 seconds of a car journey. Calculate, question A, the deceleration of the car in final 8 seconds. Now deceleration, acceleration, everything will be same. In deceleration the speed gets reduced, in acceleration the speed gets increased. So now what is the change in speed and change in time? So what is the change in speed? From 12 to 0 it is changing. So 12 by changing speed by time change, that means 24 minus 16, from 16 to 24, so 8 seconds. So 8 seconds, 12 by 8 will be how much? 1.5. 1.5 meters per second square is the answer. Question B, the total distance travelled during 24 seconds. Now in speed and time graph, finding out the distance, you have to find the area under the graph. So we can see one rectangle and one triangle. So just use the rectangle formula, area under the graph. Rectangle, the length is 16, width is 12. You can see this is 16 and 12 plus half into base is 8, because 16 to 24 it is 8, and height will be again same 12. Can directly apply this in calculator and find out 16 into 12 plus half into 8 into 12, sorry, 8 into 12, 16 into 12 plus half into 8 into 12. Let me make sure by putting brackets. Okay, 240. So it is 240 meters. Question 21. Factorize completely 1 minus q minus a plus aq. This is the regrouping question, children. So bring these q terms together, minus q plus aq, and the remaining plus 1 minus a. Now in these first two terms, let us take q common. So you will get minus 1 plus a. In the next two terms, take just 1 common, it is 1 minus a. So minus 1 a, and here minus 1 and here plus a, and in the next bracket you can see 1 and minus a. So try to change any one of them. So I will try to change minus 1 and a by taking minus common. So I will get minus q in the outside the bracket. Minus 1 becomes positive a and plus a becomes negative a, plus 1 into 1 minus a. Now the brackets are same. Now take 1 minus a common, 1 minus a into minus q plus 1 can be written as 1 minus q. So this is the factorization. Done. Question number 22. Simplify fully 216 y raised to 216 whole raised to 2 by 3. Now there is a power for whole which is in fraction form and denominator is 3. Denominator is 3. So let us do cube root of 216. Why? Because I can write that as the power of some fraction. So no, I can write it as a cube and then I can cancel out the denominator 3. So cube root of 216 is 6. So I can write 216 as 6 cube. 6 cube into y raised to, now again 216 as it is you write here, then whole raised to 2 by 3. You can bring this power later in the next step. So now multiply the power separately to each coefficient and variable. Power of the coefficient is 3 and power of variable is 216. Multiply 2 by 3 to each power. Here 3 gets cancelled and you can divide 216 and 3. Check. If you can't cancel directly, you can divide like this, 72. So you are left with 6 raised to 2 and y raised to 72 into 2. What is 72 into 2? 144. Oh, sorry. 144. Now simplification means you have to remove the power for the numbers. So 6 square is 36, y raised to 144. Question number 23. x square plus 8x plus 10 is equal to x plus p whole square plus q. Question A, find the value of p and q. Now when you see this, you can understand that it is completing the square of quadratic equations. So we will write this given quadratic equation in such a way that it will be a square with a number, complete square with a number. Now x square, the first term is square and x is there. Then 2 multiplied by x multiplied by 4 will be 8x. Now the last term should be square of 4, but we already have only 10, we don't have 16. The square of 4 is 16. We should make it as 16 now to make complete the square there. Using this identity, a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square, because the first and second term squares are there, and in the middle term you will have 2 into a into b. So we already got 2 into a into b. A is x, that's why. Now b square is something you have to write like 4 square, but 4 square is completely 16. So instead of 10 we can write it as 10 plus 6 and minus 6. Why I am doing minus 6? Because the value shouldn't change. So now you will have here 2 into x into 4, x square plus 2 into x into 4 plus 10 plus 6 is 16 minus 6. Then now 16 can be written as 4 square. Now this complete part is completing the square, but we still have minus 6, so let us write that. We cannot ignore it. So x plus, now when I write this whole thing as a plus b whole square, I have to take a sorry, a and b, x and 4, add them and write the whole square, minus 6. Now when you take this one and see the values of p, what is p? P is 4. In place of p there is 4, and in place of q it is not 6, it is minus 6, because the given expression it was plus q, so q value should be minus 6. Question number A is done. Question B, solve x square plus 8x plus 10 is equal to 30. Now this is solving quadratic equation. Make it as 0 on right side of the equation, because we have to solve, we can solve only if we make it as equal to 0. Now x square plus 8x, 10 minus 30 is minus 20, so instead of writing 10 we will write just minus 20, the last term. Now using factorization method, the product of two numbers should be minus 20 and sum should be 8. So here you can take minus 2 and 10. Okay, so x square, split the middle term, 10x minus 2x minus 20 is equal to 0. Take x common in first two terms, then take minus 2 common in the last two terms. If I take minus 2 common, this minus becomes plus, because minus common taken, so plus it will be. Then x plus 10 is the common factor here, then x minus 2. So if you take x plus 10 as 0, x will be minus 10. If you take x minus 2 as 0, x will be 2. So the answer is minus 2 and 2, minus 10 and 2. Question number 24. A cuboid measures 24 centimeter by 12 centimeter by 8 centimeter. Calculate the length of a diagonal of the cuboid. Now a cuboid figure is not given here to us, so let me draw a small rough diagram for cuboid. This is the cuboid. Okay, so now the diagonal for this cuboid will be this diagonal. You need to find out the length. So to get the length of this diagonal, let us first take the diagonal for the base. So let me first write the measurements here: 24, 12 and 8. Anything you can take, because you can take this as 8 and this as 12 also, no problem. Okay, let me change it. Height, let me make this height as 8 and this as 12 centimeters, all are centimeters. Okay, so for this blue line, which is the diagonal of the base, if you take, this is 24 and this is 12, 24 and 12. So when you see this is the right triangle, using the Pythagoras theorem, this, the value of this diagonal will be square root of 24 square plus 12 square. Okay, square root of 24 square plus 12 square. Then if I take, okay, let me change this diagonal. Let me take this diagonal this side, it will be same. Now this diagonal also, if you take, this is 24, sorry, this is 24, this is 8 and this is 12. So the length of this diagonal blue will be, blue color diagonal will be 24 square plus 12 square using Pythagoras theorem. And now when you check this triangle, now this triangle, again it is a right triangle. So the length of this red line will be square root of 8 square, because this is 8 now. This is 8, so this, all these lines are 8. So 8 square plus 24 square plus 12 square, because this is already square root of 12, 24 square plus 12 square. So write down length of a diagonal is equal to square root of 24 square plus 12 square plus 8 square. Square root of 24 square plus 12 square plus 8 square, 28. So 28 centimeters is the answer. Question number 25. W is proportional to the square root of y. Y is inversely proportional to x. When x is equal to 4, y is equal to 16 and w is equal to 8. Find w in terms of x. Now this question is having two proportionalities given. First let us take the first proportionality. Y is proportional to square root of y. W is proportional to square root of y. This can be written as W is equal to taking a constant multiplied by square root of y. Okay, so our k value will be W by square root of y. Same way, now take y is inversely proportional to x. So this gives you y equal to, now take another constant, like take n multiplied by 1 by x. So n will be x multiplied by y. Or you can take the y itself as n by x. Y itself as n by x. Because we have to find w in terms of x. So y will be n by x. N by x. So using these values, first we'll find out the value of n and k using these values. Okay. So now k is equal to, instead of w I'll write 8 and root y I take root 16, that is 8 by 4, that is 2. This is k value. Same way find the n value. N is y is equal to sorry, yeah, we will write here n in terms of x and y also. X multiplied by y. So n is equal to x into y, which is 4 into 16, 64. N is 64. Okay, so now w in terms of x. So take this equation here, take this equation. Instead of y, write down w is equal to k multiplied by root y. That will be k multiplied by root n by x. Now substitute the values of the constants. 2 into root 64 by x. So root 64, separate the roots here. 2 into root 64 is 8 by root x, which is 16 by root x. So therefore we got here w in terms of x. That's it. 16 by root x. Question number 26. The diagram shows a triangle OAB, and a parallelogram OALK. This is a parallelogram. The position vector of A is A, small a, and the position vector of B is small b. K is a point on AB. Such so that AK is to KB is 1:2. Find the position vector of L in terms of A and B. We need to find the position vector of L, that is OL. Give your answer in its simplest form. So for position vector of OL, let me draw a line like this. This is OL. Now OL, to get OL, what we have to do is OL is equal to OA plus AL. Now what is OA? We already know, but we don't know AL. Now to get AL, we will have to find out OK, because OALK is a parallelogram. This is a parallelogram. So the side AL is parallel to OK. So AL is parallel to OK. So what is OK now? OK is, how to get OK? To get OK, we'll have to go OB plus BK, or else you can go OA plus AK, anything. So OK, we will write it as OA plus AK. Now how to get AK? To get AK, we should know AB. Sorry. To find out AB also, AB is OA, sorry, AB will be AO, this direction, plus OB. So AB is minus A plus B, that is B minus A. Taking AB, we can find out AK now. AK will be 1 by 3 parts, because we know the ratio here. AK, KB are 1:2. So AK part is 1. So 1 out of 3 parts will be 1 by 3 out of AB. So that will be 1 by 3 multiplied by B minus A. We got AK. Now we'll find out OK using AK. OK is equal to OK OA, A plus 1 by 3, let me multiply that, 1 by 3 A. A minus 1 by 3 A will be, 3 will be the LCM, 3 into A, 3A, 3A minus 1A will be 2A. 2 by 3A plus 1 by 3 B. This is OK. Now we need AL. OK we know, so AL will also be same. So AL is equal to, therefore AL is equal to 2 by 3A plus 1 by 3B. We got AL, we know OA, so let us find out OL. OA is equal to A plus 2 by 3 A plus 1 by 3 B. So A plus 2 by 3 A will be, LCM is 3. This is 3 into A, 3A, 3A plus 2A is 5A, so 5 by 3 A plus 1 by 3 B. This is the final answer. 26 over 27. Oh, sorry students, I forgot to erase this. Question number 27. The line y is equal to x plus 1 intersects the graph of y is equal to x square minus 3x minus 11 at a point A and B. Find the coordinates of A and coordinates of B. You must show all your working. So y is equal to x plus 1 is given and y is equal to x square minus 3x minus 11. So both are equal to y. So you can take that as both y's, you can equate them. Now rearrange so that you get a quadratic equation to solve it. I brought minus x here, x I brought 1 I brought, okay. Now x square minus 3x minus x is minus 4x, minus 11 minus 1 is minus 12. Using factorization, again your two numbers should be, the product of two numbers should be minus 12 and the sum should be minus 4. So which are the two numbers you can take here? Minus 6 and 2. Yeah, minus 6 into 2 is minus 12, minus 6 plus 2 is minus 4. So x square, splitting the middle term, I get minus 2x minus 6x or minus 6x minus 2x, minus 12 is equal to 0. Taking x common, you can take x into 6, x minus 6, minus 2 common, you take x minus 6 here in brackets. So x minus 6 is the common factor again, x minus 2 is the other factor. Using these two, if x minus 6 is 0, x is 6, and if x minus 2 is 0, x is equal to 2. So when x is equal to 6, y will be 6 plus 1 using the equation, this equation is equal to 7. When x is equal to 2, y will be, oh sorry, I have done a mistake, x 6x plus 2x. So if I take plus 2 only, I get minus 6 here. So plus 2 and minus 2. Okay, x will be minus 2. So when you take a minus 2 and x place, minus 2 plus 1, that is minus 1. Okay, the answers are this. 6 when x is 6, when x is 6, y is 7, and when x is minus 2, y is minus 1. That's all students, this was the last question. Do subscribe to my channel for more videos, and you can comment me to make any video separately for any topic. Thank you. Goodbye.